What's up, everybody? This is Colin from Holistic Heritage Homestead. I hope you're all well. This is a check-in. This is a report card. This is a how you doing. Where I'm from, New York, we ask that. We say that. It's kind of a general formality. It's a general question that means, how's your family? How's your health? How's business? How you doing? So, folks, today I want to ask you how you doing. And in these uncertain times, in the world we're all living in, it's very important that we can honestly self-reflect and keep it real with ourselves, because it's more important than ever. So here are 5 things that I want you to focus on, 5 areas that I want you to grade yourself that I think are more important than ever. And I'm not going to lie, folks, I started this video a few times over again because I had to keep it real with you, and my heart has to be true. So first and foremost, I'm going to be real to myself and what I feel, and that is your faith. Number 1, your faith. How you doing in your faith walk? How are you doing with your family in your faith walk? A family that prays together stays together. And I know we are unapologetically Christian in our family, and I hope you folks that may not be Christian still like the channel, still subscribe, still show support, because that's what tolerance and love is about. As a Christian, we love you no matter what, because that's how we roll. It's how we get down. So, but we are Christian. And for us, it's very, very important to put God first, and everything else will flow from that. I can tell you that when people pass away or when they die, they call out to God. During troubled times, people call out to God. When people get a bad diagnosis or a sickness, they call out to God. Okay, and I don't think that's from emotional scarcity. I think there's solid, good reason for that. Get right with God, pray, think about what happens after this existence. That's as much as I can say on that. And folks, if I was trying to play the game and just look for likes and comment and subscribers, I wouldn't say that, but I'm going to keep it real because I thought about it, and my faith is more important than this whole channel. Okay, and that's why your faith walk is number 1. Okay, how is your faith walk? Number 2, mentally / psychologically. I mean, more so psychologically. Mentally, not so much your knowledge and how's your brain working and what you know. Psychologically, how are you doing? Are you in a good state psychologically? Are you prepared for possibly facing trials and tribulations or tough or uncertain times? Maybe even violence, maybe even trauma. Are you ready for that? Because the problem is we all like to live in the movies. And this next part is probably going to be a little graphic, a little intense, a little bit raw for some people, but if you haven't learned by now, I'm going to keep it real, and no matter what. Are you psychologically prepared for bad things to happen? Do you have the faith to help you get through that? Are you prepared to process violence? Okay, like in martial arts, we would always see people, throwing punches, boom, 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 throwing punches, moving around, doing the things, elbows, knees, kicks, not a problem. To throw hands, not a problem. But what happens when you actually have to hit somebody? What do you do then? What happens when you cut somebody? You break bones, knock teeth out. Yeah, you just block and gouge the eye. Okay, cool, you gouge the eye. What does gouging an eye feel like? Not to be graphic, what does it feel? What does it look like? Are you mentally prepared to do that? I would say most people are not. I would say they're not. Okay, that's what the difference we call a difference between a dojo black belt and a real black belt. A real black belt should be mentally and mature enough to be equipped to handle violence in its truest forms. Folks, there's so many people that just like posture and act like tough and whatever. And, oh, I got all the freedom tools. Freedom tools, great, cool, whatever. Are you mentally prepared to use those freedom tools and what that looks like and what the aftermath of that is? I'm just saying. Are you psychologically prepared to deal with that? Are you psychologically prepared to see hungry people? Because you might, right? Are you psychologically prepared to deal with stress on a level you never imagined? Are you going to be able strong for your family? I don't know. How are you doing psychologically? I don't know. This is where you need to grade yourself. And again, like one of the weird things I do is I'm the guy who watches the machete fights and the knife fights on YouTube or street fights. I don't keep it as a part of my daily or even weekly intellectual diet, but on occasion I watch some horrible, horrible stuff that nobody will watch. Why? I want to know the reality. I want to prime and condition my brain for reality and what that looks like and what that is. Okay? It's very important. Okay? To see and know what that is like. Number 3, physically. You're going to bug out? Can you put on your bug out bag and walk or march or trek or hike? Can you? Forget about SHTF or disaster scenario, regular scenario. Something bad happens. Child sick. Can you throw your child, whatever their size may be, however much they weigh, on your shoulder and run or move and get it done? Can you? Have you tried it? Or are you just going to suddenly become Superman or Superwoman when the time? No, you're not. You have to do these things. You have to practice these things. Cardiovascular, pulmonary capacity, weight. Can you move a certain amount of weight? Guys, as we get older, no matter what, testosterone level drops. Your body mass index changes. Your muscle mass will shrink. One of the many things a lot of prepper channels do not talk about is having a little extra body fat on yourself. Because during trouble or trying times, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, a week without food, or with limited food, less calories, you want that fuel on your body. You want extra muscle mass because that is amino acids that your body can use for energy. Get as big and as strong as possible right now because you'll get smaller and weaker throughout life. Without getting into the externalities of that and the fact that it's beneficial for your health in general, have as much lean muscle mass in you as possible. And I'm in the worst shape of my life right now, probably, you know. And even then, I'm still focused on trying to be better because I have to. This is not a game. You have to train like you're preparing for war. Put yourself through your own boot camp. Physically, how you doing? Number 4, socially, how you doing? Now, I know a lot of you lone wolf preppers. By the way, I like lone wolf prepping. I'm a very much of a loner. We like our privacy. We like to be alone. Trust me. Lone wolf preppers, do you think you could survive in a bad situation for an extended period of time on your own? No, you can't. You want to know why? Because unless you have every skill set, every knowledge base, you can do everything and you can be more than one place at once and, force multiplier. You can't. You're going to need to rely on other people, whether that is, hey, you have chickens. I've got ducks. Let's trade. Or you have beef. You got this. Whatever. You're a mechanic. I can do roofing. Whatever. You're going to have to barter and trade and lean on people. As much as I'm very cautious and selective about the people that come into our lives, I love people. I love people because they're children of God, okay? And at the end of the day, watch my previous video, you don't want hungry neighbors. You don't want hungry neighbors, so don't think you can do it on your own. Yes, I'm all about being as private as possible. Live and let live. I live my life that way. Trust me, I do. I get it. I totally get it. But if you're not willing to step up and step out of your comfort zone and make friends, whether it's through your church or a mutual assistance group or expos you go to or online, whatever it may be, make friends. You need friends. You need people. Trust me, you're not going to get through what may be coming alone. I know a lot of people are like so awesomely cool and tough, and listen. Nope. I don't think so. I don't think so. And if you do, that's great, and that is the ideal, right? But I don't think it's really possible to go it alone, especially for an extended period of time. A few days, week, 2, 3 weeks, a month or two, whatever. Extended, if that would ever be a situation, you're going to want some people in your corner. So socially, how are you doing? Do you have friends? Do you have networks and all of that? Very, very important to think about and consider. Number 5, financially. I know this is boring, but how you doing? In a lot of debt? No extra cash on the side? Check out the previous videos. I go into more detail. And again, my giant disclaimer is everyone has their own context. I know your debt to income ratios or whatever. Everyone's different. Some people are poor, some people middle class, lower middle, some wealth. The principles still apply across the board. Pay off your debt. Pay off your debt. If you can't pay off your debt, work harder, get another job, and or spend less. Now, folks, I've lived a long life. I've been in a lot of places. I've had money. I've been in very bad places, and I can tell you right now, where there's a will, there's a way. As horrible as the system is against us, which it is, the system is against us. It truly is. Right now, we still have enough time to try to use the system to get out of the system. And I will tell you right now, if you're buying Starbucks, by the way, Starbucks, horrible, like evil corporation, do your research, side note. If you're buying Starbucks in the morning, eating out, you got new stuff, you're living, you're not being thrifty and living a frugal life, I don't know what to tell you. Stop spending money. Like, be super tight. Pay off your debt, because debt is slavery. It's slavery. Okay, and this will be another great video for Patreon, because I get into detail and usury and a bunch of stuff that I would love. There are levels to this, folks. I'm going to start the Patreon very soon, because even for the cathartic or therapeutic reasons, I need to get this information out there. There's so much more that has to be said. Debt is slavery. Pay off your debt. Do everything you possibly can. If you can't, then you can't. But try. Get some cash on the side to pay off your bills if things stop. Income stops. How are you paying your bills? How are you paying your mortgage? How are you paying the car payment? Repo man's going to show up. Bank's going to take you home. You have to pay the bill. Tax man never stops. Got to pay taxes. You need money to the side. Yeah, but I don't mind. I've lived hard. I hear every excuse. And I know it's real. I know the struggle is real. We're struggling. We're not living on top of the mountain, okay? But we're trying. You got to try, okay? Put some money to the side. I don't care if it's $5, $10, $20 a week, whatever it is, okay? Give up your addictions. Give up your vices. Give up whatever. We have no cable. We have no Netflix in this house. Why? We sacrifice. We don't go on vacations. We sacrifice. We don't go out to eat as often as we like. We sacrifice. I don't want to hear excuses, okay? Do your best. That's all you can do. Get into a good financial place. Folks, it's very important. And have cash reserves to float along for uncertain times. Very important, okay? Number 1, put God first. Get right with God. Get your house in order. Number 2, psychologically prepare and condition and prime your brain to deal with things you might not want to deal with. Number 3, physically train, get in the right place, do the things. Okay? Socially, network, make friends, create systems. Financially, save, pay off your debt, and try to get as free as possible. Now, I hope this is valuable to you. I hope you listen. You break it down. There's a lot more to this that I can get into, and I will get into in future videos. Some of it I cannot do in this platform. And sorry for the meandering of thought, and sorry for my battery was running low on my phone before. But folks, I just want to get this out there. I got to get this out there. And think about these things. I hope you're well. And if your report card if you don't have the grades you want on this report card, it's okay. Don't be down on yourself. The whole point is it's to find out where you're at so you can move forward. This is about positivity and encouragement. And I don't want you to be upset or sad. But if mommy and daddy didn't keep it real with you, I will. If society is not keeping it real with you, I will. And if you're not keeping it real with yourself, I'm going to hold that mirror up and do that for you. Hope you're well. Again, like, comment, subscribe. If you think this is valuable, if you have friends and family you want to wake up, share this with them. Text it to them. Throw it on social media because this is important and I think it's time sensitive. Comment below. Again, let us know what you're doing and where you can improve. Let's help one another. We appreciate every one of you. Take care.